Hello folks, in this tutorial I'm going to show you how to play that classic intro to Chuck Berry's song Johnny Be Good. I'm going to show you how to play it in B flat. That's the key that Chuck Berry played this song in. Although to be honest, I usually play it in the key of A, so if you want to play it in A as well, just move everything I show you in this tutorial down one fret. I've broken the intro down into 5 parts and I'm going to talk through each part in turn. I'll play it fast at Chuck Berry's tempo, slowly, and I'll talk a little bit about what's going on in each part. I'll put tabs on the bottom of the screen, together with indications of my pick strokes, the down and up strokes of my pick. Don't feel you have to stick to those rigidly, it's just what I do. So here we go, here's part 1. 1, 2, 3. One, two, three. Okay, so it starts off with a slide up to the 7th fret on the 3rd string from 1 fret down from the 6th fret. Do it quite quickly. So you're not getting 2 distinct separate notes, just to treat it as one note. Then we have a couple of notes on the 2nd string. Then we have some more slides, this time on the 1st and 2nd strings. We're sliding up to the 6th fret from 1 fret down again, the 5th fret. Then we have a run all the way down from the B flat on the 1st string to a B flat on the 4th string, like this. I would suggest that when you play that last note of this part on the 8th fret of the 4th string, you put your 3rd finger over the 5th and the 4th strings, and that gets you ready for the next part of the intro. The intro starts, well, the first note of the intro is on the and before beat 4 in a bar, like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Okay, so that's part 1. Here's part 2. So we start off by playing notes on the 4th and the 5th strings with your 3rd finger on the 8th fret. Like that, and then we have this lick. I've seen all sorts of weird and wonderful transcriptions of that bar in the intro, but if you listen carefully to Chuck's record, that's what he's doing. If you think about it, those notes there, they're part of a B flat chord, aren't they? So you start off by sliding up to the notes in that B flat chord on the 2nd and 3rd strings, but hold down the notes on all 3 strings, like this, and that gets you ready for this bit. So just strum down on those 3 strings and drop your 3rd finger down onto that 8th fret on the 2nd string. And then we have this quick slide down from the 6th to the 5th fret on the 3rd string. And then we're ready for the 3rd part. If you're a regular viewer of my rock and roll channel here, then you'll know that I usually like to play rock and roll on an acoustic guitar. It's more portable. You can play rock and roll wherever you like, at the park, at a party, at a funeral, on the toilet, wherever you like. But this part of the intro is different when you play it on an acoustic guitar in comparison to how you might play it on an electric guitar. I'll talk a bit about that in a moment. Here's how I play it on my acoustic guitar. Oh, this part is 2 bars long, but you play those 2 bars twice, like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. And here it is slowly. well, I'm sliding up from the 8th fret of the 3rd string, using my 3rd finger, to the 10th fret, very quickly. And then I'm jumping over to play a note on the 6th fret of the 2nd string with my 1st finger. That note is the same as that note. That jump can be a little bit tricky if you're not used to this sort of playing, but with practice you'll master it. It's got an interesting syncopated rhythm, this bit. I'll show you again. Listen to my foot tapping and you'll hear how the notes fit in with the beats. 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that's how you play it on an acoustic guitar. Here's how you would do it on an electric guitar. On electric guitars, unlike on acoustic guitars, you usually have an unwound, light gauge 3rd string, which means you can bend that note on the 8th fret up quite easily a full tone. So, instead of sliding up from the 8th fret to that note on the 10th fret, a full tone, you do it with a bend instead. That's how Chuck Berry played it. So this part of the intro sounds like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, to part number 4. So part 4 starts off with one of those slides on the 3rd string from the 8th fret to the 10th fret, or if you're playing on an electric guitar, a string bend. Then that's followed by this T-bone Walker style lick. Chuck Berry was a big fan of the playing of T-bone Walker. I play that by keeping my 1st finger in place on the 6th fret on the 1st and the 2nd strings, and I play all the other notes with my 2nd and 3rd fingers. And my little finger, my pinky, waggles around all over the place. I don't know why. Here's the 5th and final part. You start off by scraping your pick down across the top 3 strings. You're playing the top of the B flat chord again, like you did near the beginning of the intro. Your fingers should have ended up in more or less that shape at the end of part 4. Then you have 3 notes. Then we have more of those, well, a couple more of those slides. Or string bends if you're playing on an electric guitar. And then the final 3 notes. So you end up on a B flat. Here's the whole intro again, played slowly. 1, 2, 3. And here it is played at full speed. 1, 2, 1, 2. Well, thanks for watching, folks. I hope you found that useful. See you next time.